What's happening?
How's it going?
It's your boy Ryan. Got my buddy Zach here from Denver here this week. We're talking a little NFL. Start off with the Royals. Woo! How about them Royals?
I'll tell you what, Ryan. I know he introduced me as from Denver, but I'm actually from Kansas City, living in Colorado. As a lifetime Royals fan, someone that's a lifetime from Kansas City, I can't express to you how much this win means to not me as an individual, but to the city of Kansas City, the state of Kansas. It's astronomical what it means to a group of people. Yeah. 800,000 people at a parade in a state that has a little bit over 3 million people.
How about that picture?
That picture is the best, honestly, probably one of the best parade pictures of all time, at least from an aerial view.
It wasn't even like for the parade. It was just like people just like looking at the damn crowd.
No, it's true.
It's like,
I can tell you,
holy crap.
I was not able to be at the parade. My family was at the parade, and not to go into detail on the story because it would take way too long for this show. But what I've heard of this parade is insane, from so much love of the city, love of the team, love of each other, pride of Kansas City. It's unfathomable.
Yeah,
and Kansas as a state and Kansas City as a city needed this.
Needed it, yeah.
It's been so long since we've had something to be proud for, be it a team or an individual or a happening, but the Royals to bring the city together in the way they did, phenomenal.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude. And the Chiefs won this weekend, so that's good too. They had double whammy.
It's been fun how good the Royals have been because I've been able to forget about the Chiefs' woes. But the Chiefs doing the way they're doing, Alex Smith rushing and throwing.
Yeah.
Charkandrick West, Char as you like to call him.
Char West.
Charkandrick. But Char as you like to call him, playing well.
Yeah.
It's not very promising with Jamal out, but you look at the standings and we're 8th place in the AFC.
2 in a row.
2 in a row.
2 in a row.
Looking up.
Talk about K-State versus Texas. I know it was over a week ago. How disgusting of a game was that? Holy crap!
Honestly,
in the rain. I mean, it was almost impossible to watch for K-State fans. We stayed in the game till like the last possible second, but for some reason you knew we couldn't move the ball. We could not move the ball, so every time we got the ball, we're like, "Oh, we got the ball," but who knows?
That is true.
Who knows what we're gonna do with it?
You know what's funny about that game, and not the particulars of that game, but for years, as a K-State grad, as a K-State fan, we have Texas's number.
Yeah.
And we own
Texas.
We own Texas. But for whatever reason, in this game, with the elements, with the way that the run of play was going, I mean, you all saw the result.
Yeah.
You had the feeling the whole way through.
Yeah, we couldn't stop them. We could not stop them.
No, at the end of the day, we
couldn't
couldn't
stop
stop them.
That second half, our defense was phenomenal. And I don't understand the play calling. I mean, I don't want to get into the play calling. I mean, I don't call the plays, but come on, man. Why do we keep throwing the ball?
You may not want to get into it, but let's get into it a little bit. From your perspective.
Yeah.
I mean, this is your show. Let's get into it a little bit.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on the final, going through like the end of the fourth, when we really had a chance to not just bring it close, but take that?
I want to go in like less than just the fourth quarter. We get down the fourth. Oh, I guess in the fourth quarter we started slinging the thing.
We do.
I mean, we were running it down their throats. They could not stop us. They couldn't stop us. Same thing with TCU a week before. TCU could not stop us. They could not stop us. But we want to throw the ball because we think we have Jake Waters. We don't have Jake Waters anymore. We got a pound.
We also don't have Colin Klein.
But Colin Klein was a runner.
True, but we don't have that caliber.
We don't have the caliber.
Or D4 Samson.
Well, we got to use the Gronk.
We do have the Gronk.
And Charles Jones took over that game. But we elected to pass the ball to Dominique Heath and Cody Cook. Cody Cook's a good player, but come on, we need more than just Cody Cook. You can't just keep throwing to Cody Cook.
I'm just curious. Is Cody Cook really a wide receiver? Or is Cody Cook our future quarterback?
Cody Cook's a senior.
Well,
so
maybe we need to rethink that ability.
Cody Cook's done after this year. But, K-State fell. What was the final score of that game? Who cares? We got our ass kicked. Let's just put it that way.
Moving on.
But we didn't. We did not lose. We didn't get our ass kicked. We should have won that game. We had so many chances to win that game.
What you're saying is the bottom line is that we lost the game. Game we could have won, we didn't.
Game we should have won. We should have won every game.
Now we're sitting at...
That's right.
3-5.
We're 3-4.
3-4. I apologize.
3-4.
I'm looking ahead to the Baylor game, and I don't want to say that in the way I did, but let's face it.
3-4. Should have beat Oklahoma State. Should have beat TCU. I was not over the TCU loss. Either was the players. I know Zach wasn't.
You saw the
3 and 4.
You saw the results. Oklahoma.
Oklahoma. Oh, I forgot about Oklahoma.
Don't even want to talk about that. Let's
that
move
was
past
fun.
the
Let's
Oklahoma.
move past that. Let's go to K-State Baylor. We play Baylor tomorrow night here in Bill Snyder Family Stadium.
Woo! The Bill
The Bill.
on Thursday night football.
6:30.
College edition.
6:30 at Fox Sports 1. We went from 17 and a half point underdog to 17. Woo!
That half point's big. And you know what that half point tells me? Is that nobody gives a shit.
It's that the half point is the freshman quarterback.
You're not kidding. That half point is just one big middle finger to the K-State family. And you know what? It's deserved. My prediction. You already want to get the prediction?
Yeah, get into it.
You already want to get the prediction?
Yeah, I want to get into it.
All right. Baylor 51, K-State 17. That is a wide margin of victory, folks. If you don't do math well, it's a 34-point swing.
The thing is, Baylor. Let's go into Baylor real quick. I don't want. We know how K-State is. We know we suck.
And we know how we feel about K-State.
We know how we feel
as
about
fans.
K-State. We don't suck as fans. We think we're good.
But
I
in
believe
reality,
that we will win. But reality,
we were good enough to play TCU too. You don't.
I can't believe we lost TCU.
You don't get. You do not get.
You did not like that.
You do not get points for a close loss.
No.
But God, if you did, K-State got every single point ever available for a close loss.
Man.
Ever.
Well, let's get into what we were talking about.
The spread on the Baylor game. Talking about Baylor.
Let's just talk about Baylor. Let's get away from K-State. Baylor hasn't played anybody. Let's just get into that.
That's fair.
They haven't played anybody.
That's fair.
But their offense is ridiculous.
And that's clear to see no matter who you play.
But now they have their quarterback situation. He's also a 5-star recruit, true freshman.
True.
And his advantage is he is playing against Kansas State. That's us. But like going into future to get into college, they were 6th college football playoffs this week.
Yes.
That puts advantage for them because he gets to quote unquote warm up against us. Because I don't know how amped our crowd's going to be with us being 3 and 4. We haven't been 3 and 4 since I've been here at K-State, so it's going to be weird.
I haven't been 3 and 4 since I've been at K-State either.
Yeah, so it's gonna.
I'll tell you this:
we're 0 and 4 in conference, and it's really weird because
I'm not saying this as a
I don't
K-State
understand.
fan. I'm saying this as anybody who's serious about sports and the knowledge of sports. I don't know who's behind us. You can get the hell out of the room.
Yeah, what the hell? We're filming a show, Miguel.
Get out. Just pause. No, you could.
Okay.
Apologies.
Apologies for the man.
His
camera.
large half-naked roommate. Apologies. I lost my train of thought.
We're talking about Baylor K-State.
Well, we were talking about K-State. We're talking about all sports actually. All any sport, not even just college, really.
Yeah, that's right.
When you have a team that's used to being good, used to being successful, and you fall to 3 and 4, your fan base doesn't not show up. It'll be a sellout crowd. We'll be watching in Aggieville. We'll be celebrating.
That's right.
But the excitement around the team dissipates.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. Being born and raised from Kansas City. This year as a Royals fan, I'm sorry if I'm bogarting this back to the Royals, but this year as a Royals fan and last year and the year before when we were good but not good enough to make the playoffs. Phenomenal change in atmosphere, in the verbiage that you hear around the city, talking with a coworker, a friend, a casual stranger, having a conversation about the Royals, very different.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun.
10 years ago, those conversations don't exist. When you say the Royals, everybody laughs. Like, oh, the Royals, they're even going to play baseball anymore?
10 years ago. It's not 3 years ago.
Yeah,
when I first
maybe like 4 years ago. Maybe like 4. 3 years ago, maybe like a little bit okay.
I know, when I was
yeah.
in Kansas, it was a joke that
But the same thing
it's
with-
our year. But
Before
it is
I got
our
to
year.
K-State, hadn't been very good. We were in the era between Snyders, if you will. We get Snyder back my freshman year. Not great, pretty good. Next year, looking at that Fiesta Bowl.
Look at that.
Fantastic.
But I was in high school, right? So my brothers were here at K-State. 2011. We went to the Cotton Bowl. We played Arkansas.
Yes, we did. Absolutely.
And I was watching the whole year. I was still in high school. I said, who did K-State lose? We didn't lose any players.
Absolutely. And look who
We
we come
lost
back
nobody.
to. And look who we come back
We
to.
lost
We come
nobody.
back with a Fiesta Bowl.
And I was like, why are people putting? We were preseason 6 that year. So just so you guys know, we were preseason 6 in the Big 12. 6. We won that shit. Colin Klein was back. Arthur Brown was back. Chris Harper was back. Tyler Lockett was back.
Oh,
our whole team was back.
So much
And
respect.
we were
to Tyler
predict
Lockett.
6th. What did we do? We freaking kicked everyone's ass, but freaking Texas.
It's the Johnny
Or,
Gomes
No,
speech.
not Texas.
It's the Johnny Gomes speech.
Freaking Baylor.
It's the Johnny
Baylor
Gomes
who
speech.
found themselves in week 8. I mean, come on.
We didn't have the MVP. Beat them. We didn't have the Rookie of the Year. Beat us. Beat them.
Beat them. Beat us.
We didn't have the Cy Young winner.
winner.
Beat them. That's Kansas in a nutshell. Kansas City Royals, Kansas City Chiefs, Kansas State Wildcats.
Kansas Jayhawks. Forget it.
Respect it. Wichita State Shockers.
Yeah.
Believe it.
Shocker.
Respect is not given, it is earned. For 4 years, we earned the hell out of it at
Hell
Kansas
yeah.
State. And long before that, we earned the hell out of it before. But these last 4 years before this year, earned the hell out of it.
Yeah. We may be down this year. That's
it's-
fine. That's fine.
yeah,
That's fine. We're
but-
fine.
but it's-
we all expected
But
it.
it's the state of Kansas, and it's the
Yeah,
Big 12.
yeah, we're all behind each other.
We're already no, but I'm saying we're already the Big 12, so
Yeah.
they already don't care about us.
Yeah.
And then in the Big 12, we're Kansas.
you
as a state.
You got
As a state.
Baylor. You
So
got
they
Baylor.
really, so they really don't care about us.
You got
we're
Baylor
Baylor.
at 6 and TCU at 8 in the frickin' first playoffs. That's
There you go.
ridiculous. You have Alabama.
Clemson.
Alabama real quick. They lost to Ole Miss. They lost to Ole Miss. They talked to Wisconsin. They beat Wisconsin. Wisconsin lost to Alabama with Iowa. Iowa is still undefeated. Wisconsin's a good team. I'm a Badger fan, obviously. Go Pack go. But Alabama, I think Alabama's the best team in the country. But they lost one game.
It's true.
It was early. But Ole Miss lost to Memphis, and Memphis is 24.
There's an important thing to remember, and this is not like an ESPN SEC biased. I'm not saying like that. I'm just saying like there is a true bias to the SEC, and it might even be valid
It is,
because of
'cause
how strong the SEC is, because it is.
Because I'm a big.
But
Go for it.
But there has got to be a microcosm of respect for undefeated teams, not in the SEC, and it's different. It's like Boise State, Hawaii have been great teams in the past, but when you're Boise State and you're undefeated, but you're playing in a conference of that nature,
You got to schedule. You
got
got to beat a couple outside
and they
opponents.
absolutely have before and are still.
Right.
I'm not saying they never have. I'm just saying they are. But like that's what you have to do to get respect. But if you're Baylor or TCU and you're undefeated and you can't get respect, you can't. Like I mean, they could join the SEC. Like Texas A&M joined the SEC, but
it's their own
dumb.
fault. It's their own fault. They don't
No, it's
schedule
not.
anybody.
They don't need
schedule
to, but they
anybody.
don't. But I'm saying they don't.
Why don't they need to?
Because they're already in a power conference. They're not in
Ohio State, Big Ten sucks. Big Ten sucks.
Big Ten. Does
Ohio State played Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech, that is a tough place to play.
That's fair.
It is a tough place to play.
Jeremy Perfader.
Jeremy Fader, all remain. That's a tough place to play. Virginia Tech's tough.
Yes, Virginia Tech has been a top team.
And who
in
do
the last
we
decade.
played UTSA this year on the road
Because we
Whoop-de-doo.
needed to. We needed to.
Okay, that's different. But like we weren't.
I'm not saying
competing for
I'm not saying
championship
K-State
this year.
though, but I get the SEC bias because the SEC does. The SEC does. If you are Alabama and you just look at the list of teams you have to play, I get it. You are playing a list of teams that could all potentially be in the old system top bowl games, in the new system bowl games /
Alabama played
playoffs.
Wisconsin.
Yeah, and that's like ridiculous. I agree, ridiculous.
Yeah,
like that's a tough game for that's
Yeah.
tough for Wisconsin, tough for Alabama.
Yeah.
Like that tough game. I get it. But if you're Baylor or TCU, you could schedule up. Maybe you should if everybody else is.
Right.
But the fact if you don't and you're undefeated, like I get it. If you schedule,
Snyder said himself. Snyder said, "Screw it. We're just gonna schedule shitty teams because let's just win our games. Let's go undefeated. We should make the playoffs."
yeah, look, there's two ways to look at this. There's exactly two ways. There's not like three. There's not 2.5. There's two. You can either schedule games to get your team kind of prepped, easy wins so your schedule looks better, and then you get into your real season and you're treating all those scheduled games you can as like preseason games. And that's not like the coward's way out. That's not like the politician's way out. That's just a way to do it. And it makes a lot of sense. Then there's the, I think to get higher, we need to schedule some tough teams, and we should. Or even like, we're really just not like a good team, or maybe like our school needs a lot of money, and like a schedule like this would bring in a lot of money for like one game. Like if you're UTEP and you schedule Alabama. Guess what? That one game is going to bring in a lot of revenue for you, and you're gonna and
The
you're,
thing-
and you're,
Al-
UTEPs are going to do
Yeah,
it.
well, the thing is, Alabama loses to UTEP, their season's over.
But
It's over.
Alabama, they're never going to lose to UTEP. I mean,
I'm saying they lose. They go to UTEP, they lose, and the season's over.
they play
Hell!
100. They play 100 times. They win 97. It's like it's fine. If they lose one game to UTEP in 30 years, they will survive as a school. Like they won't die.
Yeah, but Alabama's national championship every year.
That's true.
Championship
But-
every year. Why would they schedule that? Why would they fucking do that?
Okay, Alabama was like an example for like a team. It wasn't like Alabama as a school was like an example for like a strong SEC team, or like a strong team in general. I'm just saying like school like UTEP, like smaller school, not super, like never really has like, I mean not in the modern college football scheme doesn't like have a chance to really like do a ton. Schedules a huge scheme: Ohio State, Florida, Bama, even like a K-State or like a Texas or an Oklahoma, or like a Cal. Like anything like that,
Yeah.
they schedule that USC.
I feel
UCLA.
you.
They make a lot of money off one game because they don't have a shot.
I mean,
Get
it's an
That's
argument.
that's the other side
It's
of
an
it.
argument
That's
every
the other
year.
side of it. But then, like on
Because-
Baylor's side, Baylor already knows they're going to be like a top 10 team.
But our bios come out saying we're gonna schedule who we want to play. We're gonna beat them. We're gonna undefeated. We're gonna go. But
because
they say that
because
because
undefeated's powerful.
it is.
I get-
It is powerful.
You
Would you
like-
take a one-loss Alabama team over a winless Baylor team?
Oh,
If
you mean
Alabama loses one game, all they lost to Ole Miss this year, and Baylor goes undefeated, and everybody else is winning the rest of the year, who would you take? I mean, come on.
like to put like if it's like the fourth
And
spot in the playoffs,
say Baylor's giving up 70 points a game, like they're freaking doing. The Big 12 plays no defense. I don't understand.
The Big 12
why
plays
nobody
no
plays defense.
okay,
It doesn't make sense.
let's just be honest with ourselves and with our viewers for a minute.
Yeah.
If Alabama plays Baylor, Alabama wins.
See, I think Baylor wins, but I think you put Alabama in, and it's weird to
I
think like that.
I think it's the opposite. I think Alabama wins, but you put Baylor in.
Oh my god,
It's
so
weird. I'm not trying to be like Skip and Stephen A. But like
I
this
am
is
because
where
I
we're
love
at.
Stephen.
Yeah, you
I
do.
love Stephen A.
You
Smith.
do. But I'm not trying to do that. But we actually have really philosophical difference on this. I think that if you're willing as a coach, because it's not like the player's choice, it's probably
Right.
it's not even the coach, it's like the AD's choice. But if you're willing to schedule lightly and skate through those 3 games, and you do well in your conference, because it's not like if Baylor schedules lightly and breezes through those 3 games where they play like North Dakota School of the Mines, like not even a real program.
Hey,
Fine.
We lost to North Dakota State.
I said North Dakota School of the Mines. I like combined like 2 North Dakota schools. But like that's who you play. That's fine. But then they still play OU, Texas.
It's fine.
Tech is a good. Like Tech's not like good, but they're like
Okay,
you don't want to
let
play
me
them.
say it.
Oklahoma State, K-State.
The Big 12.
KU is like a joke.
The Big
but-
12 is very good.
Yeah,
The
absolutely.
Big 12 is very good.
West Virginia, TCU.
We get screwed by the conference strength schedule.
Even though we're so good, which is weird.
But
does baffle
nobody
me.
plays anybody, guys. Nobody plays anybody,
play each
guys. We play each other. The best non-conference schedule of the game this year was TCU at Minnesota, the first game of the year.
Yes, and that's true. And that is.
Come on, guys.
That is very true. Very, very true.
The K-State, we play at Stanford next year.
Yeah, we do. That'll be fun.
K-State.
I'll go to that.
You guys want to K-State's schedule next year? Why we're in? Let's do college football. K-State schedule next year. We're at Stanford. We're at TCU. We're at Baylor. We're at Oklahoma. Home against Texas. Yeah. Who
And
else?
we usually go to Texas.
Well, we don't anymore because.
Well, this is 1 year.
So, at TCU. We're at TCU, at Oklahoma, at Baylor, at Stanford.
These are all true facts.
At West Virginia. You tell me how we get to a bowl next year. You tell me.
We play strong college football. That's the answer.
I
But
hope Ertz is
in
back.
reality, we don't. Like what his point is, we don't. We schedule ourselves a very hard schedule, and we won't make a strong bowl
Finally.
game.
I mean,
No, it's true.
K-State
We haven't. We won't.
is the only team that has like scheduled. We played Auburn last year. I mean, come on, we played Auburn last year.
I wish I could have gone to that game.
We played so many good teams previously. Oklahoma, TCU. Oh, they played Minnesota last. But Baylor plays nobody out of conference.
But and not to say.
And if they do, they play the low end Big Ten. They play a low end Pac-12, low end anything, and they just beat the shit out of them.
I'm not gonna
They're
use
like, woohoo!
I'm not
we
gonna
beat
use the
'em."
term. I'm not gonna use the
We
term.
beat
But
'em.
those of you that are intellectually inclined know the term that I'm about to like invoke. But we played Auburn last year. It was a
Should've beat
very,
'em.
very, very good game.
I was
What
there.
I like to call a good loss. I'm sure a lot of people call that a good loss, but I call it a good loss.
See,
right?
I don't believe in good losses on this show.
But it was a
he
good
does.
loss. But it was a good loss.
They didn't get us anywhere.
Exactly. They scheduled Auburn. It was a good loss, and it doesn't show.
It doesn't show.
anything.
It doesn't show.
So even though from a K-State standpoint it was a good game, I'm sure it brought in a ton of revenue for both sides. Like more for an away game.
We were the number 6 cut. Oh, what were we play TCU last year? 6? I think it was 6 versus 4.
It was pretty. We were up there.
We went to Fort Worth last year. We were 6 versus 4.
And by we, he literally means like we were there.
Literally,
Which is
because
dope.
we're in Manhattan,
But,
Kansas,
yeah,
so
we are.
it's we. It was 6 versus freaking 4. We lost to TCU. Yeah, we got our ass handed too. It wasn't very fun to be there. We were there. We were there. In spirit.
Actually there.
We were actually
I have
there.
a video on my phone. I can play it, but it's not good video for like, this video, so it's okay.
Anyway, we were there. We lost TCU. We dropped to 13.
I honestly thought we dropped farther than that. So your
Was it
your
13?
recall is better when it comes to things like the rankings.
I mean, we
so
dropped
I'm
so
sure we dropped to
much.
13, and then after that it was
We
game
dropped
over.
so much by
Because-
losing one game
because the Big 12.
because the Big 12 gets no respect. Kansas State gets no respect because Bill Snyder's play, which he's the best coach in the country, so fuck everybody else. But like, come on, we get no respect, and if Baylor and TCU are going to be the prime, this is my final statement in this segment. If TCU and Baylor are going to be the prime 2 teams in our conference, schedules big time schools besides Minnesota and no name state.
I know
Baylor.
I know that was supposed to be your final statement, but
With Texas, without the Big 12, without Texas and Oklahoma being good, the Big 12 is screwed.
let me just say this though.
I mean, come on, or
Before-
schedule somebody.
Before you say anything, like honestly, like just like give me let me have the floor for just a second. Because before you say
all
anything
you,
else,
all you.
all I'm gonna do, I'm not gonna say records. I'm not gonna say like historical facts. I'm just gonna name names of schools, and tell me if the first thing that comes to your mind is strong program or weak program. Oklahoma,
Strong,
Texas,
strong,
TCU,
mediocre, because they went to a Rose Bowl and beat Wisconsin.
fair. But recently,
Strong,
Baylor,
strong, cheating,
Oklahoma State,
mediocre,
Texas Tech,
shitty.
fair. Sometimes plays good offense, my opinion. West Virginia.
Just got here. They haven't fit into the Big 12 very well.
Not about the Big 12, just about their history.
Fine. Okay.
Kansas State. Extremely up and down.
Up and down. That's why I paused so much, because I don't know where to go.
I got it for you.
So that's why.
Iowa-
Since Bill Snyder's been back, we've been very good.
Iowa State.
Horrible.
Okay.
Joke.
Okay. And those schools that I named, and one of those being ours, there were 2 schools that are bad. There were 2 schools that are bad. KU, Iowa State, bad. Done, over with, bad. 2 schools that were like, whatever. And it's Texas Tech, and it's West Virginia. And honestly, we don't know a ton about West Virginia yet. We just don't. We haven't been following them for.
know.
We haven't been following them for as long as
They've
everybody
been
else.
so
has.
they've been so.
But it's also
average.
just not part of the Big
basketball and football. They've been so
Yeah,
average.
that's fair.
Well,
But
at basketball, Texas Tech sucks. Basketball. Next, go.
K-State, our own program, years there's a little bit of in between, but there's not a lot. It's either like, oh my gosh, we're almost going to the national championship, or it's like, okay, this year's over.
K-State.
And then like,
okay, we've been good. We've been just good.
We haven't just
basketball
good.
and football. We've just been good.
But right now, I'm just trying to talk about football. But I agree because basketball has been football.
But you have to almost have to put both in perspective,
You really do.
because
But
those are such big sports.
that's true. That's true. I agree. But I'm just right now. I'm just trying to kind of do on the football
I
side.
know what you're saying.
Just like for the Big 12 perspective of football. So after those, and one of those being ours, 5 teams that nobody could ever tell me are not big time 5 teams. OU, honestly, like if you can't tell me that's one of the probably like the 5 biggest programs of all time, you're lying. Texas, everything I just said about OU, I say about Texas.
Texas might be the biggest in the country.
Probably
they just
is. I mean,
can't
they have the
freaking find
it's, like,
anybody.
it's honestly it's either like Texas or Notre Dame.
They're all going to Baylor.
Miami?
Who the hell was going to Baylor? Why are they going to Baylor?
It's
Somebody tell me.
21st century, whatever. So OU and Texas, like the blue chips of the blue chips. If you don't agree with me, then you're wrong. Like I don't know what else to tell you.
Why you?
Baylor, which is not historically, but
Way go.
But since like the early 2000s, probably not the early, like
late 2000s.
The mid 2000s.
2007.
Okay, whatever. But for like at least like 7 or 8 years, what I'm saying they've been good. TCU, same deal. Like they kind of came on a
Once
little
they
bit
came
late.
to the Big 12.
But yeah, I mean they've been good for years now. Oklahoma State, there are some years where they're very down, but a down year for Oklahoma State is like they're probably in like the mid 30s, and then a good year for Oklahoma State is like they get ranked 7 and they eventually drop to like 17 because they never really go all the way, but you don't want to play them. That's like our 5, and that's I know that we don't have these teams anymore, so it doesn't count. But don't forget that we had A&M, we had Nebraska. Like don't forget that. And we didn't get respect when we had A&M and Nebraska. And we had A&M and Nebraska. We didn't have TCU and we didn't have West Virginia, which are kind of like the TCU's obviously like I'm putting in the top 5, but it's like one of the lower on the top 5. It's big now, but like historically it's lower. And West Virginia is kind of like 7-ish, but it can be good. Don't forget that we have like Nebraska and A&M. Nebraska, huge blue chip program. A&M.
Yeah.
Like
Two of the biggest in the country.
Yeah, I mean, like
Literally,
may
be the 2 biggest
like
in the
yeah.
country.
It's like don't forget that we never had respect with them either. Like do not forget that. And even without them, 5 teams that should have massive respect across the nation. Nobody cares
Colorado
about.
was here.
Yeah, Colorado doesn't necessarily deserve. I like Colorado. I think they were a fun team. They don't necessarily deserve massive respect, but they were very, very good. They've been good before.
Yeah.
They will be good again. They're good.
Remember Mason Crosby?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and I'm not at all like putting Colorado down. I actually enjoyed watching them like as a team. I think they're a lot of fun in both basketball and football for many years, and they've been a good team. But they're not who we're talking about in this of like blue chip teams that have been part of the Big 12.
That's the difference.
Right now, I'm saying there are 5 blue chip programs in the Big 12.
Right. Yeah.
2.5 to 3 like middling programs, like 2 that are bad. I get it. There's 2 that are bad. Not enough respect to this Big 12.
But it sucks that but KU and Iowa State are so good at basketball, and it sucks that they can't be good at both sports. But
it does bring us down on the football standpoint.
But it sucks. But we're not in basketball season, so we'll get into that later.
I think
We'll get into basketball in a couple of months.
Give me your K-State Baylor prediction, and then let's transition into NFL.
We love K-State. We're the biggest. We're the biggest sports. Hell, we're the biggest sports reporters you ever see. We freaking love our team.
Probably not true, but yeah, we love the team. That's not true.
No.
Probably not the biggest sports reporters you ever see. Maybe
I think we are.
Ridiculous if that's true.
Ridiculous.
But yes,
we freaking love our team.
He loves the Packers. I love Kansas City teams. Chiefs, Royals, sporting Kansas City for sure. Old Kansas City Kings. They don't really exist.
Mavericks are 2-2.
Hey. Also the Kansas City Monarchs of the Negro
Freaking
Leagues.
Bucks are 4-1.
Go ahead.
Sorry about that. Oh my God, Antetokounmpo, get it together.
Giannis.
Anyway, let's K-State Baylor. Zach already has predictions. Zach says
51-17.
Zach says 51-17.
Giannis.
So the weather was not supposed to be very good in Manhattan tomorrow, and I had a very thought the game would be close with the weather being somewhat good. Hold on, look at my phone. The weather,
Oh,
hell
the
yeah,
weather.
the weather always makes a difference. Hold on.
Oh, it's not like it makes a difference.
Okay,
but
yeah, it's not
for,
good.
like, a
Okay,
game prediction, come
screw
on.
it. I'll go 42-24.
You think it's gonna be closer? And you think Baylor's gonna put up less than 50?
Yes.
If
On the
Baylor-
road, it's tough to win here. It is. It's tough
Okay.
to win here. It is tough
Yes.
to win here.
The Bill is a crazy place.
Oklahoma has beat us like 9 times in a row here in Manhattan, so I knew we were going to lose that game. TCU should have beat them.
The Bill is an incredibly tough place to play. I'm surprised when teams come in here and play well.
Yeah, I do
But
too.
Baylor's just that kind of team.
I don't get it.
So let's go ahead and talk about the NFL.
Obviously, we're not going to beat Baylor, but we'll be here watching, so I'll give you a feedback next week.